Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, picture this. You're stuck in a massive traffic jam. I mean, the whole city is gridlocked. Horns are blaring, everyone's angry. Then, out of nowhere, one guy, no uniform, no badge, steps into the middle of the chaos. And in just minutes, he gets the entire thing moving again. Sounds impossible, right? Well, it's a true story, and we're going to break down exactly how he did it.
So, let's set the scene. We're in Hangzhou, China, back in 2015. It's this huge, bustling city with millions of people, tons of energy, and, as you're about to see, a whole lot of cars.
And like pretty much every big city on the planet, Hangzhou has a major weak spot: rush hour. When that hits, it's like the city's arteries just clog up. Everything seizes. We are talking about total, absolute paralysis. Okay, so let's really dive into what this felt like. This wasn't just your average, everyday traffic jam. No, this was a complete system failure. A city frozen in place. It was just sensory overload. You've got this non-stop symphony of angry car horns, thousands of people just trapped, frustrated, late for work. It's this weird mechanical stalemate where nobody can move, because any potential opening is immediately blocked. It was just total disorder.
But then, something happens. Right out of that mess, a single person just emerges. He's not a cop, he's not a traffic official, he's just a regular guy. And he calmly walks right into the heart of the gridlock.
And you can imagine what everyone was thinking, right? Every single driver stewing in their car probably had the exact same thought. Is this guy out of his mind? I mean, what could he possibly think he was going to do?
And this is really where the whole story flips. You have this storm of total chaos, and right in the middle of it, one person becomes the single point of calm. He wasn't yelling, he wasn't waving his arms frantically. He was like the eye of the hurricane, just acting with this quiet, confident purpose that you just couldn't ignore. And this is so important. The guy had zero official power, no uniform, no badge, nothing that says, hey, you have to do what I say. The only authority he had was the authority he just created right there in that moment. And that's what makes what happens next so unbelievable. And against all odds, people actually started to listen to him. You know, maybe it was his confidence, or maybe they were just that desperate for a solution. But whatever it was, his simple, clear hand signals just cut right through all the noise. And one car after another, drivers started to follow his lead. So, the big question, did it actually work? Well, the answer is a definite yes. And the speed is just incredible. I mean, just think about that for a second. 10 minutes. In less time than it takes for most of us to decide what to watch on Netflix, this one guy started to untangle a knot that had frozen a huge part of a major city. The gridlock actually started to dissolve. You see, this was way more than just easing a traffic jam. He basically rebooted a broken system. He took pure, unadulterated chaos, and with nothing but his own initiative, turned it back into a working, flowing network. He became the conductor of this crazy urban orchestra.
So this is the part that feels like it has to be some kind of magic trick, right? How on earth did one person with absolutely no formal authority pull this off? What was his secret sauce?
Well, the answer actually has a name. It's a concept called impromptu leadership. It's basically what happens when there's a total leadership vacuum, when chaos hits and someone just steps up to provide the guidance and clarity that everybody's been waiting for. And the tools he used? They were incredibly simple. It all boiled down to three key things. First, he was decisive. He didn't hesitate, he just acted. Second, his communication was simple. No complicated instructions, just clear hand gestures anyone could understand. And third, his guidance was composed. That calm he projected, it was contagious, and it built trust where there was absolutely none before. And that right there, that's really the heart of it. We tend to think that these huge, complex problems need huge, complex solutions from the top down. But this story just goes to show you that sometimes the most powerful solution is one person's simple, clear, decisive action.
So what's the big takeaway here? What can we all learn from the Hangzhou conductor and this insane traffic jam?
It's really just this powerful reminder about the impact a single person can have. It shows that these complex systems we live in, the ones that feel so huge and overwhelming, can sometimes be nudged back into working order by one person who just acts with a little bit of clarity and purpose. And that's really the question this story leaves us with. Because it's not really about traffic, is it? It's about those moments in our own lives, big and small, when things just fall apart. When the chaos hits, are we going to be the ones sitting in the car, honking the horn? Or are we going to be the one who steps out into the road?